Good morning, everyone. So, today we'll start the second stanza of the poem, The Darkling Thrush. First stanza, what we have seen and what we have found, that is very essential to figure out the physical and emotional appearance of winter, the end of a year. Now, this is not a normal end of a year, this is the end of a century. The poem signifies the end of 19th century and the beginning of 20th century. So this is the winter, even the last winter of the century, 1999, 1899. And that's not at all emotionally beautiful. It made the poem sad as well as the poet. Throughout the poem, we are going to find the theme of melancholy. The outside, the climatic condition is very somber. And as the poet used the term like forced to a sepulchre grey, or just like winter's drag made desolate, or just like this one, like strings of broken lyre, and mankind that haunted me. All these terms bring out the gloominess of the situation. Let me remind you again, the end of the 19th century was not at all beautiful, neither it was very rejoicing. The Industrial Revolution, further the war and battle, it almost destroyed the happiness of the people, especially the common people. They are subjected to torture and suppression. So, the gloominess of the winter is the reflection of the gloominess, psychological gloominess, emotional gloominess of those common people. The first stanza, throughout the first stanza, you have seen the negative side of the winter. Now, in the second stanza, it is going to be the same. Further, winter is going to be personified as a dark element. Now, symbolically, when you use the term warm, it signifies something positive. Alternatively, when you use the term cold, it is totally opposite to the term warm. So, warm and cold are two entirely different words. In the second stanza, the poet further intensifies the gloominess of the situation, and he starts the second stanza with the desolate condition of the landscape. That means the surroundings. First, what is written here, let us see. The land's sharp features means characteristics. So, features mean characteristics. Seem to be the century's corpse outlined. Century's corpse means dead body. Outlined means to lean or lying here, Lying. So, the surrounding, the landscape seems like what? The landscape looks like, seems like, the character of the landscape looks like the dead body of the last century. Here, it is very important the term corpse or the dead body. That means the last century did not have anything lively, did not have anything that is positive, neither have anything that is to be rejoiced. So, one imagery is mentioned here, that is the image of dead body. When a dead body is kept on a particular place, how does the surrounding look like? It looks very gloomy, sad, full of pathetic condition, full of cry. There is not a single point that is to be rejoiced. So here the characteristics of the landscape, of the surrounding looks like what? Looks like the dead body of the century. So the century is going to get over, going to end, and that signifies the dead body of the century. 19th century is going to be over and 20th century is going to start. It signifies the end of or the corpse of or the dead body of the 19th century. But It is not happy ending. It looks like the dead body. And the landscape reflects the same. The surrounding reflects the same. Everywhere there is sadness, gloominess, pain and pathos. The crypt, the cloudy canopy. The crypt, the cloudy canopy, the wind its death lament. His crypt means the century. Here his means the 19th century. Crypt means the tomb or the grave. Tomb or the grave. The cloudy canopy. Now the surrounding is covered with clouds. It is winter and very cloudy, as we have found in that first stanza. Again it is represented. The surrounding is covered with cloud. So what is written? His crypt, the cloudy canopy. That means his signifies 19th century. 19th century's tomb is covered with cloudy canopy. That means covered with a cloth. Here canopy means cloth or a particular cover. So his crypt, cloudy canopy means the 19th century's dead body, the 19th century's tomb, the end of 19th century. The descriptive meaning is this one. Poetically it is written the dead body, the tomb is covered with cloud. But we will write that the sky and the surrounding, the somber and melancholic surrounding is covered with cloud. So it was cloudy surroundings. The wind its death lament. The wind was blowing very high, making sound, and it seems like they are lamenting over the death of the 19th century. Lamenting means crying. The wind also cooperates in singing the death song, in singing, in crying for the end of 19th century. So first 4 lines what we have seen, just like the previous stanza, it reflects the surrounding, that appearance of the surrounding. It's not at all happy, rejoicing or amusing. It's very sad, somber, melancholic. And it reflects the pain, the sentimental issues the people have inside their hearts. It seems like what the characteristics of the land seem to be centuries carved outline. It seems like the end of the century, end of 19th century looks like a dead body is lying. The landscape, the surrounding looks like a dead body is lying. Whose dead body? 19th centuries. His crypt, the cloudy canopy, and the dead body, the tomb is covered with the clouds in the sky. Winter and cloudy. It's very somber. Every time using the term somber, somber means gloomy. The wind is death lament, and wind is blowing very sharp and shrill, as if like the wind is crying for the death of the 19th century. The ancient pulse of germ and birth. Pulse normally means to pulse rate or heartbeat, but here we will write the term pulse as process. The ancient, that means age old, that old process of germ and birth. Germ means germination. That means grow or growth. Germination, the ancient, the old pulse process of germ and birth, of germination means growth and birth, was shrunken, hard and dry. Shrunken means it shrinked up. It is no more working, and it is very hard and dry. That there is, it seems that there will be no more birth, there will be no more growth. Especially winter is marked with what? The trees shed their leaves. It looks very deadly everywhere. So, what is found here? What is written here? It is written, the ancient pulse of germ and birth. The ancient process of birth and growth. It seems to be stopped here, shrunken. Shrunken means here stopped, hard and dry, due to the hardness and dryness of winter. There is no more birth, there is no more growth. And every spirit upon earth, every spirit means every living being. Every living being upon earth seem favorless, seem colorless, seem meaningless, seem joyless as I, just like the poet. So again, in this stanza we have seen the negative, somber and cold surrounding of the winter. In the last 4 lines, what we have found? We have found that the ancient process, the age-old process, the process of birth, regeneration and growth has stopped, was shrunken, is totally stopped, hard and dry due to the hardness and dryness of winter. And every spirit upon the earth, each living being, each human being, each living being on the earth seem favorless as I. Seem favorless means seem colorless or meaningless as the poet. So, he has used the metaphor of landscape, sharp features, and compared it with the century's corpse. So, it is a metaphor. The sharp features seem to be, that is a metaphor. The cloudy canopy of the sky seem as the tomb of the death century, and the wind in his death song. So, cloudy situation is covering up the dead body of the 19th century. The speaker feels what? The extreme cold has stopped the rhythm of life, has stopped everything. Every living creature, including the speaker, is totally spoiled, totally bereft, is totally saddened with the situation outside. They are colorless, they are favorless. So, upon the earth, especially you have to look, you have to geographically you have to think about the northern hemisphere. When December, at the end of the year, there is winter, because in southern part it is summer in December. So, if you find any difficulty in these lines, do let me know. Thank you very much. The number and few written things are also provided along with the video. In case of any problem, I will repeat this one again. We will take little time to complete this one. We will not take this one so easily. From next stanza, it is going to be a different kind of poem. Thank you very much, children.